Mario, and what better way to start off than with the Mario section? At first I had absolutely no idea what brand this was, but after a bit of research I could determine that it was the 2010 New Super Mario Bros. Wii Mario. And actually, was my first Mario plush. What do you know? The first Mario plush is a Mario. Big surprise. Alright, moving on. And here is another new Super Mario Bros. Wii Mario. Boy, is he an eyesore, but, you know, we can't all be perfect. And here's his hat. This was actually Cappy in the Super Mario Odyssey video. Here we got the 2011 Fire Mario plush made by Sine. And here is another Fire Mario plush, except this one can remove his hat. Here is the well-known Goldie Mario, most famously used by Nintendo. Here's one of my favorites, the BDNA Super Mario 64 Wing Cap Mario. He's small and he's got beanbags and he's just pretty cute overall. This little guy here was cut off the Mario riding Yoshi plush because hey, small Mario or mini Mario or whatever you want to call it. This right here is the original Little Buddy Baby Mario plush. Here is the 2013 Tanuki Mario plush made to promote the game Super Mario 3D Land. I think this one's pretty cute overall, but it's kind of a shame you can't remove the hood. Here is the All-Star Metal Mario plush, another one of my favorites, and I know I'm going to be saying that a lot, but it's true. This thing is just really cool. His fabric is very reflective, and if you haven't seen it already, go check out the 9th unboxing video where this one was featured. Here is the Jack-specific or World of Nintendo Metal Mario plush that has become quite rare these days. Here is the Super Mario Maker 2 Builder Mario plush, which I never bothered to remove the tags because, I don't know, I think it's kind of cool like this. This one's really detailed. I mean, look at that tool belt, he's got his little hammers, his construction hat looks really good. Everything about this is just pretty cool. Watch out, everybody, it's big Mario time. This thing right here is the biggest thing in my entire collection, and it's the large variant of the All-Star Collection Mario. I usually just like to think of him as Mega Mario from New Super Mario Bros. And to end off the Mario section of this video is a character that is not Mario. Yes, it's Cappy from Super Mario Odyssey. I didn't really think he'd fit anywhere else, so I just put him here. I mean, he is attached to Mario like 95% of that game, so there's not really a better place to put him here. And what better way to follow up the Mario section than with the Luigi's, you know, his Green Lima Bean brother. So here is the Luigi you see in all my videos, and I researched this one as well, and it was confirmed to be the 2009 Super Mario set. Fun fact about this one though, the hat he's wearing right now is actually from a baby Luigi, and not his original hat. This was given to me because, you know, if you remember from the early days of Mario Plus randomness, Luigi didn't have a hat, and I guess this is sort of an explanation for that. The next one we got here is the Goldie Luigi plush. Very iconic. And here is the tiny Luigi plush, cut off of the Luigi riding Yoshi, because small Luigi, or mini Luigi, or who cares? We already went over this. Here's just a simple Fire Luigi plush. And then here is the original Little Buddy Baby Luigi plush. Right here is Kitsune Luigi from Super Mario 3D Land, another very unique one. And to end off the Luigi section, we got another character that is also not Luigi. Yep, we're doing it again. Yes, it's Polterpup from Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, which I got somewhat recently. This one just kind of fit into this category too well. So the next section is going to feature the Toads, starting off with the Goldie Toad, who will never appear in a single video. And here is another Goldie Toad, which I really am not sure where the vest went. He's just kind of been naked. And here is the All-Star Collection Toad, a perfect example of what a plush should strive to be. Oh boy, recolors being Blue Toad and Yellow Toad, both from the All-Star Collection as well. And to finish off the Toad section, here we got Toadette from the All-Star Collection. This one's actually pretty detailed with the pigtails and, you know, the skirt. Everything about this is just really nice. And I suppose now is a good time to do the Princess section of this video. Here is the 2009 Sine Princess Peach plush, which the crown is sewed back on from a video where it was cut off. But wait, there's a better looking one, being the All-Star Collection Princess Peach plush, an obvious upgrade. Here is one of the smallest plushes in the collection, being Baby Peach, and here's the crown, which was cut off so King Boo could have it. All-Star Collection Daisy plush, which I never had the original, but I don't even care because this one looks fantastic. And here is the new Baby Daisy plush, which came out last year. It looks nice and all, but why Baby Daisy? Why does every character in media have to be turned into a baby? Either way, it's kinda cute and very detailed. Hey, what do you know? It's Rosalina, and a really crappy fake one too, huh? Yes, I'm aware this thing looks like absolute garbage, but I ordered the original Rosalina and received a bootleg. It happens to everyone. I mean, just look at those eyes. And here is the elegant All-Star Collection Rosalina plush. Another obvious upgrade from the bootleg. I mean, look at the facial features, the dress, even the silver shoes. And here is a character that was created out of a lack of better ideas. Baby Rosalina. I'm not sure why this thing exists, but it's pretty detailed and a nice addition to the collection. And to end off the princess section of this video, there is a character that is not a princess, but fits in with the Rosalina group pretty well. Yes, good old cuddly Luma, bought from an Etsy page known as Nikki Riddle Sews. He's super high quality, very cute, and very soft. If you're looking to get a Luma plush, please go do it from here. There are plenty of colors to choose from as well. And now we're gonna go over the Yoshi, starting off with the Goldie Yoshi, the first Yoshi I ever owned. And here is another Goldie Yoshi, basically the same, but the nose is a little smaller on this one. And from now on, we're just gonna go over colors, starting with Pink Yoshi, Red Yoshi, Light Blue Yoshi, Yellow Yoshi, Blue Yoshi, another Blue Yoshi, Black Yoshi, Purple Yoshi, White Yoshi, and Orange Yoshi. And here are the two Yoshis that the small Mario and Luigi's were cut off of, being green and yellow. These guys are definitely a lot smaller than the regular Yoshis and have a little bit of cardboard in their shoes. Here's a group of tiny little Yoshi keychains that I will also go over by color. By the way, many of these are missing limbs. Green, blue, yellow, red, light blue, pink, literally a darker shade of pink, black, purple, and white. And what better way to end off the Yoshi section of this video with a character that is not Yoshi? Yes, as you can see, this is a recurring theme. Here's Birdo, who isn't exactly a Yoshi, but doesn't really fit anywhere else, and is kinda Yoshi's girlfriend, or boyfriend, or I don't know. What is your gender? Who are you? Now let's move on to the monkey section of this video, which there are only two, so let's get into that. Here is my 2009 Sine Donkey Kong, my first Donkey Kong and the only one I will ever own. And here is the 2009 Sine Diddy Kong, which I have a story with this one. So, after I uploaded my first unboxing video, I got a lot of comments saying, hey, your Diddy Kong is fake, clearly based on this tag, and that's just not true. A lot of people thought that you have to have a red tag with a picture of Mario on it for the plush to be official, but that's just not true. I mean, right on the front it says Nintendo, licensed by Nintendo. And on the back, you could clearly see the Little Buddy logo smack right in the middle, so this Diddy Kong is not fake, it's official. Look at all these other pictures of plushes that have the white tag. Are you gonna say these are fake? No. Just because the tag looks different visually, it doesn't mean anything. Next, let's move on to the Wario Bros, which there's not many, but more than the monkey section. Here is a Wario that I'm pretty confused of the brand. It looks a lot like the Kelly Toy Wario, but it's a lot smaller, so it kinda confuses me. Either way, I love this Wario with all my heart, and I don't think I'll actually switch to a new version of him anytime soon. And here's that newer version of him, being the All-Star Collection Wario. Boy, do they capture Wario's essence perfectly in this thing. He's super fat, he's got the beanbags in his butt, and I mean, just look at that face, that expression. That's Wario right there. I know I'm not gonna be switching to this anytime soon, but I mean, it's still a great collector's item. And here is the famous Waluigi from all my videos, which I recently have confirmed to be fake, but who cares? It's Waluigi. How could you go wrong with him? Look at that face!
And here's the All-Star Collection Waluigi.
Yes, here he is, the All-Star Collection Waluigi. Oh my god, how did they get these so good? What's with the All-Star Collection plushes that just makes them so high quality? I mean, when these two are together, it looks like they're just in the game. And now, it's time for the Bowser and Bowser's Minions section of this video. This is definitely the largest part of my collection. Starting off, we have the Bowser that I use in all my videos, and yes, I know it's a fake version of the Mario Party 5 Bowser, but I don't care. I think it looks okay. Here is 2009 Cine Bowser, and here's just another regular Bowser. Oh my goodness! This thing looks like absolute trash, and I received it when I tried to order an All-Star Collection Bowser, but, actually there's no but. This thing just looks horrible. Hey, what do you know? It's Puppet Bowser. Look out, it's the Big Bowser. Most people probably know this from New York, but I actually ordered this not long ago from Amazon when the price was marked down. The details on this thing are actually great, and it's a perfect size for anyone who wants a big Bowser. Here's the original fake Dry Bowser plush, which I gotta give these people some credit. They tried and they kinda got it right. This was of course before the Dry Bowser plush had actually been released. But still, you can't deny how big that nose is. I mean, what? And then here is the All-Star Collection Dry Bowser plush, which looks incredible. This is one of my favorites, if not my favorite plush that I own. Is actually a Bowser, or rather, Dark Bowser, from Bowser's Inside Story. Moving on from the Bowsers, here's the Bowser Juniors. Here's the Junior I use in all my videos, and I know he's fake, I've seen all your comments, but why would I pay $300 for one that doesn't even look that much better? I added a tooth to him recently to make him more accurate to how he's portrayed in the games. And here's another one, but he's slightly uglier, I guess. And here's the best Bowser Jr. from the All-Star Collection, which I don't really know why this doesn't get enough attention. It's super detailed and looks just like him from the games. And then here's the Puppet Bowser Jr., which the hand space on the inside is a little small, but it's still pretty cool. And now that the Bowsers and Bowser Juniors are out of the way, it's time to get into the big ol' section, the Bowser's Enemies section. I know there's a lot of these, so I'll try to be brief. And what better way to start off than with the Koopalings? Here's Larry, Roy, Wendy, Iggy, Lemmy, Morton, and Ludwig. Now we got some Goombas. Here's the 2009 Cine Goomba, another 2009 Cine Goomba, another one, and another one, except this one doesn't have eyebrows and is known as Paul in my series. Here's the All-Star Collection Goomba, and All-Star Collection Para Goomba. Here's some sort of backpack keychain Goomba. I don't really remember getting this, but it has makeup. And finally, the Big Goomba. Next up, we got some Koopa Troopas. Here's a Goldie Koopa Troopa. And here's another Goldie Koopa Troopa, but with a mustache and afro. Here's the All-Star Collection Koopa, which I made into a character known as Koopa the Quick. And here's the Little Buddy Paratroopa plush, All-Star Collection Magic Koopa or Kamek plush, and Hammer Bro. Along with him is just an extra hammer. I'm really not sure where it came from, but hey, it's technically part of the collection, right? Here's an interesting one, a Bomb Bro. Not an actual minion from the series, but hey, I think it's pretty unique. Here's Lakitu, and the little Spiny that was attached to a string. And while we're at it, here's the All-Star Collection Spiny plush. Buzzy Beetle, who's an interesting one because he's gone up in rarity over the years, along with 3 others that I want to show off. Those being Spike, who actually does have a mouth under these lips, Pokey, and the best Mario character ever created, Monty Mole. All hail your king. You know what? You deserve this crown more than anybody. As I was saying, though, these guys have gone up in price because they were only released once in a wave and then never again. Here's the All-Star Babam. And here's Chain Chomp. Here's a Bullet Bill. And a Bonsai Bill. This thing is absolutely massive, which makes him great as a pillow like on a couch over there. And while we're talking about big characters, here's a Thwomp, which is cool because he could either be a plush or a pillow. Little Buddy Drybones. And here's another interesting one, Fuzzy. I don't know why they chose this character to make into a marketable plushie, but I'm not complaining. Hailing from Super Mario Bros. 2 is Shy Guy from the All-Star Collection. And here's Nabbit, which I'm really not sure if he's real or fake, but it doesn't really matter because the fakes and the reals look the same in this situation. All-Star Collection Wiggler. All-Star Collection Cheep Cheep. This is another one where I'm really confused why they chose to make this character specifically, but here's Porky Puffer. Keeping with the water enemies, here's Blooper, another one of the first Mario plushes that I ever owned. And then here's the All-Star Blooper, which it's crazy how they can even upgrade such a simple character, but I love it. And of course, the goopiest of the bloopers, Gooper Blooper. This one's pretty big, and it's actually a custom order from Etsy. By the way, all the Etsy links will be in the description below. Another really odd one is Mecha Koopa, who looks really nice and robotic, but it's an odd choice overall. Hey, how'd this Smash character get into my Mario plush collection? Oh wait, it's just All-Star Piranha Plant. The cool thing about this one is how you could bend the neck around, and I know there's a puppet version, but I never actually got to get it. Next up is Boo, and the Jumbo Boo, which I use as King Boo in my series. This thing is massive. It almost makes you wonder why they haven't made an actual King Boo plush yet. Here we got Boom Boom and Pom Pom, both from the All-Star Collection. It makes me happy to see that these characters get some love. And as the last Etsy order, here's King Babam. This guy's really detailed and he's perfectly sized. And then here is a plush that I actually made by myself, Mr. I from Super Mario 64. Some people would probably think it's a weird choice, but it was really easy overall. And as the final plush in the collection is the Superstar from, apparently, Mario Party. This is another one I got really early on, and it's just a great decoration. Every time I look at this thing, it just reminds me that I haven't filmed a part for the Power Star Quest in years! That was a lot to go through. Mario, you could take it from here. I want to go take a nap or something. See you guys later. Oh,